Hello, good afternoon. Hey, ladies. I'm just going to wait a few minutes, see if anyone joins. And I just wanted to jump on real quick. This was just a really quick PSA. This is something that I am noticing that is happening quite a bit. And I wanted to just jump on here really briefly because I got to run out shortly and just give you ladies a little bit of heads up about this. It's something that's been going on forever, but for some reason, I am getting this more and more, like in the last couple of weeks with the men that I've been dating that have been engaging with me, or the suitors that have been engaging with me. I've been seeing this happen. I've been seeing this happen a little bit more and more. So I wanted to just come on live and talk a little bit about it so you will be made aware of it too. I'm standing in front of my bedroom window. I'm in my bedroom standing in front of the window because the light is really good here. So I'm just trying to, all right, I'm just waving to everybody that's coming in. So ladies, I want you to be aware of these types of masculine men. Okay, I just put the air quotes. Okay, so it's questionable about the masculine part. And here it is. These are the men that I want you to be aware of and beware of, right? Men who are willing to give and do. Men who are willing to pick up the check. Men who are willing to drive on dates and pick you up. Or men who are willing to help you out when you're in a bind or you have an emergency or something, right? We want those type of men. Like, we all understand that. That's what I want, right? I want a gentleman. I want a masculine man who wants to give and do for me, who wants to be my shining knight, whatever, my hero, right? However, it's the men who talk about it. It's the men who are quick to tell you, like they're talking about it. I'm sorry, y'all, my phone is not cooperating. But the men who are quick to talk about it. And this is what it sounds like. Okay, so let me just do the example so you can be aware of this. And it is such a turnoff. It is such a turnoff. All the men that I work with in my coaching program, I tell them, like, don't do this. Don't do that. It's a turnoff. It's a turnoff and it's a tell, right? You're telling on yourself. You are not really in your healthy divine masculine energy when you're doing this. It is a tell. Okay? So this is what it looks like and this is what it sounds like. So you're out at dinner, right? You've had a wonderful dinner, everything's going great, you're having a good time, the bill comes and he reaches for the bill. I'm gonna treat you to this meal. I'm going to pay for this meal because that's the type of man I am. That's the type of, gentleman I am. Yeah, that's the type of man yuck. Yuck. Okay, if you need to, y'all, my phone is going crazy. If you need to announce what you're doing, no, boo-boo. Like, no. If you need to announce or if you need to, and here's another one. Let me give you this other example. Because see, they're going to slip it in. Like, they're going to slip it in. That's their tell. Their tell that they are not in their masculine energy. This is not the norm for them. They're going to talk about it. They're going to talk about what they're doing. They're going to want all these extra brownie points from you, and they're going to verbalize it. That's a huge tell in my mind of a man who is not naturally or deeply in his masculine, because he's telling me about it and he's slipping it in a passive aggressive way. Here's another one. Oh, I went outside and my tire is flat and I'm going to have to call AAA. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Oh, okay. Well, I'll come over and see about it. And, and I'll take it to get a new tire and I'll pay for that tire because that's what masculine men do. Like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make sure that I pay for that. I'm going to make sure I take care of my lady. Like, stop that. Stop. Yuck. Masculine men don't do that. They don't talk like that. They don't have to call attention to what they are in their DNA designed to do. And certainly, ladies, so if he does it at the dinner date and then he mentions it again, run for the hills. Run for the hills, because this man is not in his masculine. He's reminding you that I'm going to remind you that I paid for dinner. I'm going to remind you that I helped you with that tire. I'm going to keep reminding. It's like he's screaming. It's so insecure. It's something about it that just screams insecurity. It screams, I need you to constantly validate this. Or, oh, how about this? I'm going to keep reminding you of all the masculine things that I do because, that way, I do this and then you validate me and then I do this. So it's like this, it's this transactional. I'm only doing this because I want you to, heap all this praise on me and make me feel good by validating me. And if you saw the post, or actually it was in my story, where I talked about the difference between a simp and a confident man, right? A confident man, a masculine man, is doing what he does. He is not doing it for transactional purposes. He's not doing it to get praise or, I'm trying to get a woman's attention. I'm trying to get a woman to sleep with me. No. He's not doing it for any of those reasons. He's doing it because he's designed to do it. He's confident in, yes, of course I'm going to help you. Of course I'm going to pick up this check. Of course, I don't need to say that. I don't need to verbalize that. And I've been getting that a lot lately. These men that want to verbalize, yeah, I'm going to pick up this check. Yeah, I'm going to come there. Yeah, I'm like, that is such a turnoff to me. And it is a tell that you are not truly in your divine masculine because you want something. You want something. That's why you're telling me that, because you want something in exchange. I need to feel good about this. I need you to give me something for this. And it may not necessarily be sex, ladies. It may just be you need me to gush all over you and keep bringing up, no, I don't. No, I don't. In my mind, that's the way it works. Like, I will thank you and I'll say, oh, this was a wonderful restaurant. Oh, good choice. Good choice. Oh, thank you so much for treating. Like, that's all I'm going to do. But clearly these dudes, not only are they doing it, they're verbalizing it because they want to hear it. They then want me to say it over and over. And I just can't do that. I just can't do that. Like, it's such a turnoff. It's such a turnoff to me that you're not confident within your healthy masculinity to be the man, to do things that men do. But I'm just letting y'all know, this is a tell. If a man needs validation for doing what men do, run the other way. That guy is going to be that guy from now until the day one of y'all die. You're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about what he did. And let me tell you, I dated a man years ago who, in his codependent state, he gave and he did a whole lot. But here's the thing. If he didn't get what he thought he should get in response, oh, you heard about it. You heard about all the things that he did. You heard about all the ways that he gave. And that is a simp. That is a man that's like, I'm only doing this, not because I feel good, not because I'm a healthy masculine man, not because, I believe that this is my role as a masculine man. No, he's doing it to get something. I'm doing it to get a response, to get sex, to get validation, to get whatever. That is a simp. Okay? Because as soon as it doesn't go that way, as soon as he doesn't get the praise and the adoration and the validation that he needs, you can best believe you're going to hear about it. He's going to come back on you and you're going to hear about it. Oh my gosh. And, I did this and I did that. And again, that's his way of saying, I didn't get, it wasn't transactional enough. I didn't get what I thought I was going to get from it. Beware of those men. And like I said, these men have a tell. So just be mindful of that. But there have been several men that I've dated recently that they have this tell, that as soon as they start talking about what they're giving and doing, I'm completely turned off. Like, there is no second date. We're done. Because that's not, what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in keeping score. I'm not interested in, I need to seek some validation or whatever it is I need from you. I'm just not interested in that. I want you to give and do because you're a man. I'm going to be open and receptive because I'm a woman. We're going to give and do for each other once we're in a relationship or married. Like, there will be no keeping score. And that's what I've learned as a recovering codependent. I've learned how to give out of just an overflowing of love that I have for a person, right? And I've learned to give without any strings attached. That's been my journey, because as a recovering codependent, there was a time where I was just like that. I did things for people, or I gave them things, or I, bent over backwards, but it was always with strings attached. There was always in my mind, okay, and if I need them, they better be there for me. They better do this for me. Like, it was always this, it was an unhealthy transactional thing going on. And so now I'm super sensitive. I'm super aware of it when people do that. But yeah, I just want you all to be aware of that if you are starting to engage with men, you're starting to go out and date and going on dates, or men are interested in you, be very mindful of men that want to bring up with words what they're doing for you, how they're going out of their way. Oh, this so unattractive. So if a man is interested in me and he lives long distance, I'm not driving there. I'm not going there because I don't do long distance. I've already told everybody who within listening ears, I don't do long distance. I don't have it in me at this age or at any age. I've done it one time in my entire life. Didn't work for me. It's not something I ever want to do again. So when these men from Oklahoma and from Houston and from New York and Atlanta and DC, which is 90 minutes away, I'm like, nope. Not interested because I'm not driving to you. I don't have that kind of time in my schedule to block out, 4 to 6 hours driving to you, coming back. I just don't. I'm not paying for hotels, going there. I'm not doing any of that. I am either going to meet my husband, he's been relocated here or I don't know, but I don't do the long distance thing. It doesn't work for me. And so if you insist, I'm going to drive to you. I have no problem driving. I love driving. I'm going to drive to you. I better not hear about it. I better not hear about you driving to me because, to me, ew, I don't want to hear about it. So ladies, just be mindful. If you're in a long distance situation, and the man comes to you, but you got to hear about it. You got to hear about the traffic on the drive, or you got to hear about how expensive it is to stay. Nope. Beware. Just beware. Because again, in my mind, you want to engage with me. And if this is, this is what you want to do, then I want you to kind of, can I say suck it up? I want you to suck up all that comes along with that. That's, to me, what men do. So let me give you I was thinking about this when this kept happening. I was like, man, what example can I give that's similar? Okay, here's a great example. So I'm a mom of 3, and my 3 kids are no longer kids. They're now young adults. But when they were kids, that would be like every time I cooked for them. Yeah, I cooked y'all this meal. Yeah, I went out of my way and cooked y'all this dinner. I cooked y'all this breakfast. Or, yeah, I paid these bills. Yeah, I paid the light bill. I paid the water bill. Yeah, I made your lunch for school. No, I'm just going to do that. Those are all the things. And then some, right? That I'm just going to do. I'm just going to do as their mother. That's my role. That's my role as my children's mother. And so other than probably in the last year or two, I started talking more about turning lights off and, how much things cost because I have young adults. So now they're moving out into the world and I want them to know that eventually this light bill, this big light bill I'm paying, you're going to be paying something like that. That it was more or less a teaching lesson. But never did I do that when they were little. Like, oh yeah, now I'm giving you this breast milk. So, like what? That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. It's like, know your role, right? Know your role as the man in the relationship, as the masculine in the relationship. And just be that. Just embody that. Just like I'm going to embody that. I'm going to embody being the feminine. I'm going to embody encouraging you and supporting you in ways that I know to support you. Not financially, but in other ways. I am going to speak life into you. I'm going to be present in your life in a positive way, right? And I'm never going to like bring that up. Oh yeah, because you needed me to come home in the middle of the day and let your dog out and this and no, I'm not going to do that. If I choose to do that, I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to bring it up and just, make it this thing where, yeah, let me tell you about all the ways I as the feminine show up. Or cooking meals. Like I said, everybody knows I love cooking. So never am I, making a big deal about, oh yeah, I cooked this big meal for you all. Like that's what I do. That's my role. That's my role. I take care of my pets. I cook. I keep my home clean and nice smelling. No one needs to, I don't need anyone's applause to do that. That's a part of my role as a healthy feminine woman. I nurtured my children, cared for them, spoke life into them, encouraged them, kissed their hurts, all of that. I did all of that. And I don't need anyone's applause. I don't need to keep reminding people that's what I'm doing. Like that's my role as the feminine, right? I provide a sensual and sexual place for the husband in my life. That's my role. And at no point do I feel like I gotta bring that up. It's just such a turnoff. But just beware, because these men truly believe they are healthy masculine men. They believe that they're doing the masculine man thing. But here's what I tell the men that I coach. Not if you're bringing it up all the time, you're not. You being the girl, okay? You being in your feelings, you being in your emotions, and you're being the feminine. So if you got to, make a woman aware of what you're doing as a masculine man, you ain't masculine. Okay. You not the man. Okay. You being the girl. So, don't do that. Be in your role. So just like my role as a mother, I just do what is my role to do. I don't need to bring that up. I don't need to make people feel away because I'm cooking or keeping my home clean, keeping my home smelling good, making sure I don't need that. And yes, I'm asking for the same from you. Because here's the thing, ladies, and you all have told me this. When a man does this, it's like you feel away, right? You either feel like, okay, well, now I'm just not even going to ask, right? A lot of women, that's your knee-jerk reaction. Not Anita. So let me tell y'all, when these men do this thing where I ask for help or I need something and this and that, and they talk about it or they call themselves reminding me of it, that don't make me want to not ask. No, I'm going to keep asking and I'm going to keep receiving. That don't ever make me want to shut down receiving. And that's what I tell women. Sometimes, how about this? Let's go here. Sometimes I do think that's why men do it. I think they do it because they want to shut down you asking. And there ain't no way I'm doing that. Like that ain't happening. And it makes me sad when women buy into that. They hear a man, talk about what he did or what he gave or complain about it. And then their response is, well, I just won't ask anymore because it doesn't feel good when he keeps throwing it up. It doesn't feel, no, don't do that. Don't do that because can I be honest? Some of them want you to do that. Some of them want you to stop asking them. Some of them want you to stop. No, Anita, don't do that. I still expect the same thing that I've always expected. I'm still going to ask. I'm still going to call you. I'm still going to require that you give and do. But what I am going to do is I'm going to tell you how unattractive it is. It's a total turn off when you do that. So that's what the man is not expecting. Okay. And one of the guys that I went out with, that's what I said. And I know he was like, ooh, like, I said, you know what doesn't feel good? This is how I started the conversation. So this is a teaching moment. I said, you know what doesn't feel good? And he said, what? I said, I really appreciate you treating I really appreciate you taking me here. I really appreciate you planning the date, but it doesn't feel good when, once it's all over, it kind of feels like transactional, like I owe you something, that just doesn't feel good to me. And so, it would have been more of a gentlemanly move to just do it, right? Like you just do it. You don't need to say, I'm doing this for you. This is how much, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Now, I had already made up my mind that I was done. I was not going to be going out with him again. But I don't know. Maybe in his mind, he don't want to go out with me either because I called him on his stuff. And that's okay. But yes, there is a way, especially if you're in a relationship. I want you to start calling a man on this and just say, it doesn't feel good when you do something wonderful, but you bring it up. That just doesn't feel good to me. It feels, overly transactional. It feels like I owe you something. And as my man, I want to believe that we do things for each other and we don't need to make mention of it or bring it up or, we don't need to do that. What do you think? Right? And so that's what I said. What do you think about that? And he was like, oh, well, I wasn't aware that I was. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. That's why I'm saying it. I wasn't aware that that's what I did. Yeah, you did. That's exactly why I'm bringing it up. And it doesn't feel good, right? I wish I could give every single one of you the courage to say that, because there are so many women that are like, oh, I would never say that, Anita. No, I want you to say it. I want you to start having the courage to speak about how you feel. And when things don't feel good, like, I'm older and I've just gotten to a point in life where I just be saying stuff. Can I be honest? I just be saying stuff. I shoot straight from the hip. I say exactly how I feel. And it's always kind. Notice how kind it was, but it was direct. And either you can hang or you can't. That's kind of where I'm at in my life. I wished I was like this when I was younger. And trust when I tell you, I would have avoided a whole lot of foolishness. There would have been a whole lot of men that I probably would have never went on second dates with. There probably would have been men that I wouldn't have been in a relationship with. There would have been men, So I want to give you the courage to be bolder like this, to just say, that just doesn't feel good. Does not feel good when, you do something wonderful, but then you bring it to my attention. It kind of feels like you need something back from me. You know what I mean? See? And see how kind that was and sweet that was, but it was direct. It was direct. So ladies, I want you to be mindful of these type of men because they will give and do, but you will hear a whole lot of complaining or they will keep mentioning it. You will hear about it. You'll hear about it on the front end, the back end, and every end in between. That, in my opinion, is not healthy masculine. That's not what healthy masculine men do. They do what they do because they're wired to do it. Period. Right? I'm not looking for anything. I don't, need all this validation heaped on me. They do what they do because they're wired to do it. This is what I know. And they do expect, now here's the thing, they expect you to be grateful and thankful and sweet, right? So of course I'm going to be grateful and thankful. I'm going to be sweet. I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, this place is so amazing. I loved your choice. Oh, I love the food. Thank you so much. But then that's it. Right? And again, that's me saying that without them bringing it up, right? I'm just simply reciprocating my gratitude. But if I hear about it after that, yuck. If I hear about it before that, yuck. Right? So you do it, you say nothing because it's what you're wired to do. I, as the feminine, need to respond in a way that's, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This has been amazing. This place was wonderful. Oh, that food was delicious. See? And then you say, oh, no problem. No problem. Now, here's what you don't say. That's what men do. Don't say that. Don't say that. I tell men, don't say that. Just say, oh, you're welcome. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that, you gave me time to just sit across from you and just admire your beauty. And we had such a great conversation. Like that's what you say. But don't go into that's what masculine men do. See, because what you don't realize is you're reaching for that compliment on the back end. Don't do that. Men who are confident and sure of themselves don't need to do that. They don't need to beg for compliments. They don't need to, fish for compliments. Don't do that. It's so unattractive. Okay. So I just wanted to give you this little tip. I'm going to go back because I've been talking, but some people have been commenting. Okay. One of the types to avoid would be the guys that attribute all the negativity to women. Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes. Yeah. Please avoid those men. Yeah, she says announcing your own masculinity as a guy sounds like a bad idea, cringeworthy. Exactly. And that's my whole point. We want men who are healthy, masculine men who are confident, who are sure of themselves, who have enough self-love to share it with you. Those are the men that we want, right? I feel so full of love when I'm giving to my children. I don't need to announce it to them. It just feels good to give because I'm overflowing with love. I'm overflowing with feel good. And I want other people to feel good. That is a healthy man. But here's the thing. Those men are rare. Those men are becoming more and more rare. Sounds like he wants to be validated. Yep. Or it's his way of keeping score. Exactly. You got it. Okay. Okay. She says, maybe he wants thanks. You're going to give that. Like he has to trust that as a healthy feminine, you're going to be grateful. You're going to be thankful. But if you preface the picking up the check with the fishing for you're not even giving me a chance. You're not even giving me a chance. Now, guess what? If I'm a healthy masculine man and I do my part and I open doors and I open the car door and I pay the bill and I say nothing and you say nothing, okay, then I'm done, right? I can put myself in the place of the healthy masculine all day long. There's a side of me, a masculine side of me that that's why I'm able to coach my men. And I tell them, if you've done your part and you get nothing back, then you're done. You don't need to keep pursuing her. That's a red flag for you. That she was not able to reciprocate with words, with a hug, with a kiss or whatever, her gratitude. So yeah, but no, he does not dig for it. Yeah, he doesn't feel appreciated. But again, we have to do our part as healthy feminine. We have to do our feminine part. All right. Yeah, but it's so unattractive, you all, so unattractive. What if the person never acknowledged what you have done? Well, again, like I just said, then you're done, right? So if I'm the man, and I can put myself in the healthy masculine, I know what that looks like. If I'm a healthy masculine man, I'm doing what I'm designed to do. I'm in my DNA masculinity, my divine masculinity. And I'm, calling a woman, texting a woman, and I'm not hearing, oh, it feels good to hear from you. Oh, I didn't think you would call. Or, oh my gosh, thank you. I wasn't expecting your call. It feels good or whatever, right? Then I'm done. I'm not going to keep pursuing a woman who doesn't seem receptive. And that's what I'm always teaching my male clients is that you should be able to gauge a woman's level of reciprocity or receptiveness, right? And if you don't feel that coming back, then you're done. That's it. You're done. So yes. And okay. Yeah. She said they're advertising. They have their own job, own house. It's just so unattractive. It's so unattractive. Like I said, a healthy masculine man who's confident, he knows what it is. He knows what it is. He knows who he is. And he does not need to advertise what he got. So yeah, no. Nope. Okay. I think that's it for the comments. Yes. All right. The father of my children brings up the little that he does to make it appear like he is doing much, but really it's not much of anything. But here's the thing. I do want to make sure that you are, just giving a thank you. My twins' father, he pays for their college education, and I do. I make sure that I am grateful and thankful and oh my gosh, thank you so much. The kids really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I'm making sure that I'm doing my part in that. But, men who just continue to fish. Like I said, there's nothing masculine about it. But can I be honest? My kid's dad, he does not fish. He just does it, right? He's wired to do that. He's wired to pay bills. He's wired to provide for everyone. That's just how he's wired. Now I make sure I'm doing my part, but no, at no point do I get these random messages or text messages or emails oh, and I paid this and I did that. No, he's just yeah, I just do it. And I don't even see their school bills. I get a notification that it's paid, but I don't see it. Because to me, that's just what he does. So it is what it is. Why do you think there are so many feminine men out there nowadays? Oh man, I could talk for hours about this. So many reasons. So the single mother-headed household is finally catching up. And unfortunately, it's catching up in if you're between 25 and 40. If you're between 25 and 40, you ladies within that age range, like that's what you're getting. You're getting the single mother-headed household and no dad, no energy, no masculine energy, no granddad, no uncles. That is now coming to fruition. Yeah, men are not being taught how to hunt, how to fish, how to fix anything, how to cut their own grass. They can't work a drill like you all. And it's sad. It is truly sad to me. They can't change their own oil. Some of them don't even wash and detail their own cars. Like, it's really sad to me. My heart goes out to you all because you all are now we're starting to see the fruit of these single mother-headed households. And then the culture is rewarding women for being in their masculine and is encouraging men to be in their feminine. And so, like, they're like, okay, she's a boss bee, and she can pay the bill just like I can, and she makes more money than me. See, and they're rewarding those men for being in their feminine. It's really sad. So yeah, my heart goes out to you all. Parents telling kids what they do for them is definitely what a lot of Black parents do. Do they? Oh my gosh, people in my house didn't do that. Yeah, that's kind of a little trauma thing that they got going on. Yeah, that's a little bit of a trauma thing they got going on. And it is sad. I mean, I get it. There's some Black families, that they do that. What about the ones who need to let a man be a man? I don't think I've ever heard a woman ask for permission to be a woman. Yeah. Okay, but here's what they're really saying. They're noticing, and I'm going to be frank, they're noticing that your energy is more masculine than theirs, or you're more of a man than they are. And so, yes, I'm going to be honest, it is a signal that you do need to dial back. You need to dial into your feminine. However, I don't believe that, I don't care how I show up. To me, a masculine man presents masculine, and either the woman gets on board or she doesn't. So I even tell my male clients that technically the woman doesn't need to do anything different. You're going to show up masculine, the end. Either she's going to get with the program or she's not, and you're not going to deal with her. There is no, what is the phrase? Conditional masculinity, and there is no conditional femininity. So it's just like me. Like, women ask me all the time, like, you're feminine? You're feminine? Yeah, I'm feminine most of the time, unless I'm working, but definitely with men all the time. When I'm with a man, I'm feminine all the time. And it's not conditional. If he can't step up, I don't deal with him. Like, I don't deal with him. I don't date him. I don't keep calling him or texting him. I look for a masculine man. Like, that's my response. And the same should be for a naturally masculine man. If he's masculine and he shows up, the woman is either going to go, whoa, okay, I got to fall back. Or she's going to get gone, or he's going to kick her out. He's going to say, nope, this doesn't work for me. I need a woman who's in her feminine. So that's how that should work. Okay. Men read the resume to attract women. They do. And that is a masculine, to be honest, that is a masculine trait. It's unattractive, but it is a masculine trait. That's what men do. Because again, remember, they're protecting and providing. And so for them, that's how they attract women. And women are attracted to resources. So that's an evolutionary thing. Like, I'm not mad about that, because that's evolutionarily how we're wired. Women are wired to want a man with resources, to want to know that a man can protect and provide. So I'm not totally mad about it. I just think it's not a confident move. So that's why I tell men don't do it, because it just makes you look non-confident or weak or, insecure. Ugh. Okay. All right, guys, I am headed out. I actually have a date this afternoon, evening. So I am headed on that. I'm getting ready to change out of my clothes because I got on something super casual right now. But yeah, Often women think that they have to take control when the man is not naturally masculine. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, see, and you're in a conditionally feminine state. No, I'm not conditionally feminine. I'm feminine all the time. And I don't engage with men that are not masculine. I don't know why women are afraid of that. Yes, I'm going to be honest with you. When you're like I am, you're not going to be dating a lot of men all the time because you're just disqualifying them. So I can be honest and say that I can't be with just anybody, right? So there's long periods of time where I'm not in a relationship, but see, I'm also in quality relationships. That's the difference. So the relationships that I'm in are with masculine men. They are quality relationships. And outside of that, I'm just not in a relationship. I'm not going to engage with a man who is not masculine, period. There is no conditional masculinity or conditional femininity. I am who I am all the time. And either a man's going to step up or he's not. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do, is stop being in this conditional femininity. Oh, I'm dating this guy and I want him so bad, but he's not stepping up. And so I guess I got to do it. Well, that's on you. That's on you. That's the decision that you're making. I'm not making that decision. And like I already told y'all, there ain't a man out there on God's green earth, I haven't met him, that I am willing to lay down my femininity for. I haven't met him. I'm not doing that. There's not a man out there on God's green earth that I'm going to take care of. There's not a man out there on God's green earth that I'm going to pay his bills and I'm going to be the dude in the relationship. That doesn't exist. So you got to get stronger. You got to get stronger about that. That's all I got about that. So, all right. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Yeah, she said because it's hurting us in the long run. And see, that's the thing. Women are not interested in the long run. They're interested in the short term. That's the problem. You're sitting across from this man today. You want to go out with him again tomorrow. Like that's all you're concerned with. You're not concerned that in 6 months or 9 months from now, you're the dude and he's the girl. See, for me, no. I need 6 months, 9 months, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years down the road. I'm the girl. You're the man. So yes, it's a short-term thinking. You must give up short-term thinking. You must desire to date quality men, not quantity men. Not men that are just showing up because they ain't got nothing else going on. You must be comfortable with spending time alone, not in a relationship or not even dating. There was a time, I think for like 2 months there, where I didn't even go on dates. There were no dates because the men that were showing up were not up to par. They were not up to my standard. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And men feel away when they hear me say that. Okay, you feel away. But guess what? Here's my ace in the hole. Here's my secret. Here's my secret weapon. I'm good. Like that's my secret weapon. And men hate that. They hate the fact that I'm good. You saying, yeah, you gonna be alone. Oh, goody. Oh, goody. I get to spend the rest of my life with the love of my life. Oh, wonderful. Now, I say that facetiously because I know that's not going to happen, right? I'm who I am. I know who I attract. I know who I've been attracting for 54 years and who I'm going to keep attracting. So, but I say that to them facetiously because, like I said, okay, all right, I'm going to be with the love of my life forever. Sounds amazing, so I'm good. But it's that energy. It's that energy that, yeah, you need to step up or, I can't keep engaging with you. And that takes a level of strength. That's going to take a level of maturity. I wish I got here sooner, but you know what? I got here when I got here. And I'm forever glad that I got here, right? I finally got here, But the reason why I do what I do, ladies, is I want you to get here sooner. I want you to get to this place sooner. You don't have to be 54. You can be 25. You can be 32. And you can be where I'm at, which is quality over quantity, right? No conditional femininity. I only engage with men who are masculine. I only engage with men who are willing to meet my standard, right? And respect my boundaries. Yes. And I love my company. I'm okay with not going on dates for a couple of months. I'm okay with, there's no one come a calling. I'm okay with that because I'm building a life that I absolutely love. And so when the quality man comes along and, oh, he's like, wow, your life looks amazing. And I'm like, your life looks amazing. We fold our lives into each other. That's what I want everybody to do. Okay? All right. Thank you, ladies. I'm going to have a wonderful time. She said, what if he gets laid off and you're married? Well, he goes out there and gets another job. Okay. Like he's got to get another job doing something, because I cannot get excited. I cannot get physically excited for a man that isn't working. So unless he never wants to have sex again, he'll go out there and get another job, because nope, I can't do it. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to save this live, and until next time, stay open to love.